EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for September 25th, 2024. Welcome to Wild Weather Wednesday, brought to you by Pure Sight and Sound. Our favorite caveman, Og, was stumped. His wife, Evelyn, wanted more sound in the cave, but didn't want to see speakers on the walls. She loved the walls and the paintings the way they were. Og, the ever-loving husband, called Ed at Pure Sight and Sound for some suggestions. He knew that Pure Sight and Sound always has loads of ideas, and sure enough, Ed suggested invisible speakers. That's right, speakers that blend right into the wall and can be painted over with antelopes or anything else. And they sound amazing. Hairy thumbs up all around. Be like Og and Evelyn. Call Ed at Pure Sight and Sound on the phone number above me here in the video, 570-992-2992, or visit them on the web at puresightandsound.com when it's time to spruce up your own cave. So, starting with today, we have showers moving into scattered showers are going to be part of our forecast today. There is a cold front that is actually associated with this weak area low pressure in the Great Lakes. Cold front's extended down here like this, okay? It's well to the west, but there will be some shower activity moving well out in front of this, and that is what we're going to be getting today. We can certainly use the rain. It's not going to be a tremendous amount of rain, but some areas might get quarter-inch, half-inch of rain, so it's going to be beneficial to some areas. Some areas might even go over that, okay? That'll be nice, too. And yes, Southeast PA will be in this. I know you guys have been begging for rain for a while. This will certainly help. It's not going to eliminate the drought concerns, but it's going to help. Every little bit helps. So this is what it looks like this morning. And then as we go through the afternoon, you can see the increase in showers. And that's going to go into at least the evening. Then I think it's going to lift off to the north overnight. And then the beginning of Thursday may have some showers across northeast PA before that moves out. And then the cold front associated with this will move through in the afternoon, and there could be an isolated shower or storm. Yes, this is Hurricane Helene, which we're going to get into in a little bit, and but first I wanted to cover the showers that are expected here locally. So here is the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and I'm starting this off at 8 o'clock in the morning. Moving this forward, timestamps in the upper right-hand corner as I move this forward. You want to see what the time is, but it's pretty much just scattered showers. The majority and the lion's share of this is going to be north and west of I-95. So that's where the most of the activity is going to be today. So we're going to have this. These scattered showers moving through during the day. It might let up a little bit in the afternoon, but then you get another wave coming in, developing across southeast PA this evening, moving northward. That's going to continue in the overnight hours here, as you can see. And then to start the day on Thursday, here's those leftover showers in parts of northeast PA. Might even be a line of showers or storms moving through here during the mid to late afternoon and early evening hours, but that's going to fizzle as it heads further south and east. But this is going to be the bulk of the rain is going to be coming in during the day today. You might get a little bit of lull in the action before we have more showers developing and moving through this evening and pushing northward overnight. That's what we're dealing with the showers today. So again, very beneficial for the interior. Not a tremendous amount of rain, but every little bit helps, okay? So now we're going to get on to the elephant in the room here, which is, of course, still tropical. It's tropical storm now. Tropical storm Helene, and many of you that are watching this on Wednesday morning, and you'll see this is already a hurricane at this point, because the National Hurricane Center actually is projecting that 7 a.m., which is right here, it has the H in there in the circle. That is a hurricane. So it's expecting it to be a hurricane already on Thursday morning. This is Central Times here they're using because it's affecting the Central Time Zone, or crossing into the Central Time Zone at this point. So we do think, and we do agree with the National Hurricane Center, that we're going to have a Big Bend of Florida direct hit. They also have this as a major hurricane, which is a Category 3 or stronger. And actually they have this as a 100-knot system when it's approaching landfall. I would not be surprised to see this be Category 4. But we are expecting this to be a rapidly intensifying system. And this is this morning here. Might be a hurricane already at this. And I record this the night before. It's only 11:15 right now. So, this certainly can change as far as whether it's a hurricane when you're watching this on Thursday or not. But it's going to be a hurricane either way. Once it gets into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, it's going to go into kind of a path somewhere towards like this, right? These waters that are out here are very, very warm. You're talking about like upper 80s to here 90 is the water temperature in these areas. So it's going to end. There's very little shearing effects once this thing goes through the Yucatan Channel, which is this the water, the strait here that connects between Cuba to the east of there, and the Yucatan Peninsula, which is right here. So in between is where it's going. So that's the water channel between that connects the Gulf of Mexico with the Western Caribbean, okay? And it's going to head up here like in this direction toward the Big Bend of Florida. Now, can it go a little bit west of there? Yes, it can. And the cone of the National Hurricane Center actually did move a little bit to the west, a little bit closer to the Tallahassee area. Now, Tallahassee is about 25 miles inland, right, north of the coast, but still, that area is still a possibility also. But the European model takes this over the eastern Gulf of Mexico and just blows this thing up into a Category 3 at least, maybe Category 4, and takes it right into the Big Bend of Florida, which is this area right in here. And that is Thursday evening already. Today's already Wednesday. You're talking about tomorrow evening. It's making landfall here on the somewhere along the coast of Florida, here in the Panhandle or the Big Bend. More likely the Big Bend. That is the most likely scenario. If I pull up the NAM that ran this evening, just for argument's sake, now this is going to have a ridiculously low pressure. It's going to be impossible to see something 800. What does that say? 860. I don't even know what it says. Ridiculous low pressure. So you can't use the NAM for verbatim the model, what the output is as far as pressure, intensity, strength of winds, all that stuff. But you can use it for track, right? So it is suggesting this is going to be a little bit further west, which will be a lot closer to the Tallahassee area in this case. So the Big Bend is not a slam dunk. It's going to be somewhere in here, though. We know it's not going to Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, right? It's going to be somewhere in Florida, whether it's in the Panhandle or the Big Bend area. Still remains to be seen, but there is the opportunity for this thing to come a little bit closer. Now, why is it not going to hit here? Well, I touched on this a little bit yesterday, but this is the hurricane right here. I would put that. I hate drawing these. Can't draw this. So that's the hurricane, right? This is an upper level low right here. So I'm gonna put a circle around that because that's an upper level low, and then there's this big high up here, and that's why this big high pressure is setting up a roadblock here. So this cannot come through that, and the high pressure is actually the wind flow around is going to force this to the west. This upper level low is going to end up grabbing it, and so after it makes landfall, it's going to go right toward the upper level low and be forced that way because high pressure in the northeast is here, and that upper level low is going to capture it. Okay, so that's generally what's going to happen. You can visualize this as I move this forward. Look, makes landfall, and look what happens. It just gets absorbed into this upper level low while high pressure remains across New England at this point. So that's why we're not expecting this to make landfall here. However, as this makes landfall and then transitions to a post-tropical depression, it's going to fan out all these showers here. So at the very least on Friday, you're going to have an increase in clouds because the cloud plume from this is going to come northward, right? So mostly cloudy skies on Friday. Maybe an isolated shower Friday night or Saturday. It's possible in our southern areas. I wouldn't get excited about that too much, though, because it's going to be falling apart pretty rapidly as the upper level low captures this thing and it just dissolves and gets absorbed. But this is just as this is still intact, moving up the coast here, or moving over the mountains of eastern Tennessee, eastern Kentucky here. It's going to fan out. That's what it's doing, but it's going to be dissolving because you have high pressure at this point sitting right here. It's going to eat this alive and prevent this thing from coming too far to the north. It might get into our southern areas a few showers, so our local forecasts do, in fact, indicate that mainly south of 78 could get into a shower here Friday night or maybe early Saturday, and that's it. That's all you would see. And then this thing consolidates out here in the center of the country, and it remains there. It kind of meanders for a little bit, and this upper level low will move eastward next week. This is not going to be anything. This is not hurricane remnants anymore. That's done with, right? This is just the upper level low and the surface low moving through. So an increase in clouds on Monday, and then Monday night and at least part of Tuesday, we'll see some showers from that as it moves through. But until then, it looks like we just had the showers today. Maybe a leftover shower in some parts of the area on Thursday. Friday looks dry, even though it's increasing clouds. Saturday's dry for most north of 78. South of 78 might have an isolated shower. Sunday is the pick day of the weekend, the better of the 2 weekend days, with partly cloudy skies and seasonable temperatures. Temperatures going to be coming down a little bit after we go back up. So today, 65 to 70 with those showers is a spread. 75 to 80 on Tuesday. That's going to be the warmest day of this week. Friday will be pretty warm too, and then we start going down incrementally. By the time we get to Sunday, you're in the low 70s, and looks like it's going to remain that way heading into early next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for September 25th, 2024. Have a great Wednesday.